Now, I know all of you guys heard about the fight that went on at New York Giants training camp. It's going viral. Everybody's talking about it. Mainstream media, ESPN, Yahoo News, even Pat McAfee on the Pat McAfee show. I haven't heard everybody's take yet, but I want to tell you right now why I think this brawl was great for this football team. Let me explain. Let's roll the intro first. What is going on, guys? What is going on, 27 Squad? Welcome back into another video. If you guys like what you see, make sure you guys hit that like button and subscribe for more news just like this and NFL content just like this. Today we're talking about the New York Giants brawl that ensued during a training camp practice today on August 3rd, 2021. So if you guys haven't heard, I mean, I don't know how you haven't at this point. It was blowing up my phone on pretty much everything that I have sports related. If you guys haven't heard, there was a fight that went down at Giants training camp today. The guys that were mostly involved were Jabril Peppers, Evan Ingram, and Logan Ryan. Corey Clement also, but he was kind of the reason it happened, but he wasn't really a antagonist or anything like that. But here's what went on. What led the Giants melee. Now it says Xavier McKinney, but I'm seeing other things that it was Jabril Peppers that had the bump, so it's not Xavier McKinney. But I'll say Jabril Peppers. Jabril Peppers had a good bump on Corey Clement, who broke through the line and into open field on a running play. Evan Ingram, presumably believing the hit was late, shoved Jabril Peppers, who tumbled over onto the ground. That's when Logan Ryan, who was behind Ingram, saw Peppers tumble and shoved Ingram from behind. Thus, the melee ensued. Speaking with reporters afterwards, Clement said that they were laughing and joking in the locker room as the players cleaned up and prepped for meetings. Ryan said he did not regret his actions, adding that he planned to confront Ingram to talk about something completely off topic. What's for lunch? So you guys saw exactly what happened there. You know, it was just a kind of bang bang type of play, I guess. And I guess Evan Ingram felt like the hit on Corey Clement was a little too late. He responded physically, and then Logan Ryan, to defend his brother in the secondary, Logan Ryan saw that and responded physically as well, thus ensuing a huge brawl. Pretty much all 90 guys were in this. It was like a mosh pit. I don't know how there's no film on it whatsoever. I guess it's not allowed. I guess they told everybody, do not post what you just saw, because they were literally posting everything else. Art Stapleton, Ralph Vacchiano, everybody was posting Giants practice the whole day. It's very, very odd to me how there was nothing posted about this fight. And I guess it was because they wanted to make sure it doesn't leave that training practice field. I know a lot of you guys would be saying, oh my god, this is crazy, and the Giants are falling apart, and this and that. Joe Judge went off, and you guys know, Joe Judge did not respond to it very well. Joe Judge was livid. A lot of people were saying they never seen Joe Judge like that. It's funny because they ask all the players, how have you ever seen Joe Judge like this? It was Logan Ryan, Daniel Jones, Blake Martinez. Everybody was saying, no, we've seen Joe Judge like this before.
You seen Joe Judge that angry before?
Yeah.
Really?
No, yeah. It's not I have seen my 6 years with Joe Judge in my career. I've seen him angry a couple times.
Was that the angriest you've seen Joe before?
No.
So obviously there's a side of Joe Judge that the public now have seen, well, at least the media reporters saw, that the Giants fans always seen. So they finally were able to see it. But that being said, you know, Joe Judge was livid. They had them running sprints and laps from goal line to goal line throughout most of the day until Joe Judge said enough. They were running goal line drills as well until Judge said enough. And I'm hearing that tomorrow they're also going to start the day running goal line to goal line, which is not fun. So basically like suicides. So it's not going to be fun. Now let me get into why I think this is good if not great for the football team and its stage of of this football team and how it's evolving before our very eyes. I posted a tweet a little bit ago, and I wanted to see what you guys would think about it. By the way, follow me on Twitter, guys, at KidBlueRB27. I said here, the brawl during the Giants practice is good for this team. Not saying it should always happen, but this team is showing grit and camaraderie, having each other's back. The key thing is that Logan and Evan are close, and Clement said they laughed it off in the locker room. And I also retweeted my original tweet adding, I know Judge was pissed and disciplined the team as such, but you have to think in the back of his mind, he was happy with the team's toughness and having each other's back. This team is evolving before our very eyes. And that's what I ultimately think we should take from this brawl. At the end of the day, it would be different if there was bad blood. It would be different if there's attitude. It would be different if, players did not want to speak to the media. Like I said, they had bad attitudes. That did not happen whatsoever. Logan Ryan was one of the first guys to talk to the media. Daniel Jones even showed up in the scuffle. He said, this is my team. This is my team. I have to be in this. So he didn't just run away from it. He was in. I don't know if he was actually throwing hands or what happened, but Daniel Jones was a part of it. Everybody had a good positive attitude at the end of the day. I have to see what Evan Ingram had to say about it, but I know Logan Ryan was fine. Blake Martinez was fine. Everybody seems to be back in good spirits, that this does not carry over. This is just heat of the moment, passion, competitiveness, grit, toughness, and just camaraderie, having your teammates back. Now, you guys may think, well, there's teammates turning on each other. Yes, but when it comes to playing another team, Corey Clement getting hit like that, Evan Ingram obviously has Corey Clement's back even against his own. All right, same thing with Logan Ryan. He saw Jabril Peppers get knocked down and kind of got a cheap shot, and he also gave a little bit of a cheap shot defending his brother on the defense. And you got to imagine, if that happens in a real game, there's going to be toughness, there's going to be grit, there's going to be competitiveness, all right? There's going to be camaraderie during those games. You guys remember back in 2017 when this team gave up in every game trying to get rid of Ben McAdoo. This team was in absolute turmoil. Eli Apple was fighting Landon Collins. We had JPP issues. There was a bunch of just dysfunctional family type characteristics about that 2017 team that just tore the Giants apart. And it's a complete culture shift here in 2021 with Joe Judge. Now, I said it in my tweet, you saw it. I said Joe Judge in the back of his mind is probably happy about this. You guys know, for those of you guys out there, when you get into a fight, right? It's usually the mother that's scared and worried. Your mom is like, "Oh my God, I can't believe you got into this fight," and have the father talk to him. Go talk to our son, And then the son comes up, then the father comes up, closes the door behind him, acting like he's gonna, give his child the business and say, "Hey, what happened? Did you win? Come on, good job if you won." You know what I'm talking about? So it's like Joe Judge is going to discipline his team, all right, for the public, for the team. He still has to show them that it's not good to fight like that. But you have to think in the back of his mind, he wants this toughness. He wanted this competitive nature. Okay, he's been preaching this from the jump. Now, I know he does not like fights, but a little bit of fighting is good. Okay, it is good. That's how you build a competitive culture. That is how you build a team. Okay, in any sport, that's how you build a team, is iron sharpening iron. Now, I am not saying that them fighting should always be a thing, like they should be fighting every day and seeing who is the best at what. That's not what I'm talking about whatsoever. Of course, a little bit too much of anything is always a bad thing, okay? You eat too much food, it's a bad thing, but you need it to survive, okay? The same thing with, being competitive. You gotta know when to stop, okay? Hopefully this doesn't continue, but just one competitive fight in which everybody seems to be okay at the end of the day. Corey Clement said it himself. they laughed it off in the locker room, okay? Everything was fine. Logan Ryan said the first thing he's going to tell Evan Ingram was, what's for lunch, okay? They are fine. Nobody should be extremely livid about this. Nobody should think, oh, this team's going in the wrong direction. Nobody should think Joe Judge does not have control of this team. He obviously does have control of this team. He obviously made it clear that this is not acceptable. And the players know it was not acceptable, but they are all not taking it with bad blood at all. They're taking it as, mutual sides, getting competitive. That Logan Ryan said himself that this is, one of those competitive practices, okay? I had a very competitive practice. At the end of the day, that's where you have to chop it down to. And then in other news, Kenny Golladay had a little bit of an injury scare. Looked like he was, favoring his one of his hamstrings. We have to see what's going on with that. I don't know if the Giants should be worried about that. Later news about that coming soon. We don't know any specifics about it right now, so I'm not going to get too much into it. I am a little bit worried just because Kenny Golladay is known for being injured, and him being injured this soon in training camp worries me. Same thing with Carson Wentz getting injured, or Devontae Smith, or whatever the case may be. We're seeing some early injuries from players that we expect to be injured. So not liking that at all. But as far as that goes, what do you guys think in the comment section below? Have I changed your mind? Have I made you now believe that just a little bit of fighting isn't that bad, especially if the end result is everybody coming together as a family, being stronger than ever? Everybody fights with your family. You fight with your own family, okay? But at the end of the day, you have your families back. You have your families back no matter what. You guys may fight, but you have their back no matter what in other situations against people who aren't in your family. And that's exactly how the Giants are gonna go out there for 17 weeks in this regular season coming up. What are your thoughts in the comment section below, guys? Leave a like if you guys enjoyed. Subscribe if you guys are new, and I will see you guys in the next video.